Last season's Grand Circuit began in October as normal, but was extended until June after a transfer of dates for the Australian Pacing Championship and Miracle Mile, both normally run in November, due to reconstruction of the Harold Park track and grandstands. The 1995-96 circuit opened with the running of the $100,000 Queensland Pacing Championship at Albion Park on the 21st of October. Sunshine Band indicated he was ready to handle the step up in class to Grand Circuit racing at Albion Park a week earlier. He went a mile in 1:58.8, with his last half in 56.1. Alison Smith had the reins that night, but she stepped aside for aggressive Sydney reinsman Chris Gleeson to partner the gelding in the Group 1 event over 2,100 metres.
About 8 lengths from first to last. They went through the first quarter of the last mile in 29.9, and Sunshine Band is calling the shots for Gleeson. A half to the Widow's Might, who draws up to be second, one away from the rail. Pocket Battleship has never been closer than 3 wide. Interact already on a loose rein. So is Patchwood Star. They're followed by My Cherie. She's tracking up well to midfield. My Sharka Zulu the rail, then out for Justice. Tallowood Pursuit wedged away fourth last. Young Mr. Charles, he's got his share of work to do. He'll have the final shot at them though. Then Jeremy Lee and Legal Rights the trailer. 500 left to go. Next quarter 29.8, half in 59.7, and Sunshine Band seriously challenged by the Widow's Might in the second. And on the outside, Pocket Battleship behind them, Interact. They're followed further back by Patchwood Star, then My Cherie, and here comes Young Mr. Charles, spreading hard and fast, 4 wide. He's circling the field and the others headed by Out for Justice, but Sunshine Band kicked and booted around the bend. He's more than 2 clear of Pocket Battleship. Then came the Widow's Might, Young Mr. Charles and wider My Cherie, but at the 100 metres, the Colgate Kid, Chris Gleeson, goes for home. Pocket Battleship running an almighty race, but Sunshine Band in front. 3 cheers for Queensland, first and second. It's Sunshine Band from Pocket Battleship. Jeremy Lee might have got third, and Legal Rights rattled
The Grand Circuit spotlight then shifted across the Tasman to Christchurch for the $300,000 New Zealand Cup at Addington on the 7th of November. First run in 1904, only 4 4-year-olds had been good enough to win New Zealand's most famous 2-mile race. Look Away in 1957, Lordship in 1962, Stanley Rio in 1976, and Inky Lord in 1989. But a new name was added to that select list in 1995, Ilvacolo.
Into the back, 800 metres to go now, and the leader Ilvacolo, and Mark Purdon's really got a handful of this little 4-year-old. He's travelling well, but he's outside the leader, Burlington Birdie. Then Master Musician is 3 wide. Ginger Man in the centre, Tigerish the inner, Desperate Comment getting closer, followed by Hoppy's Jet, 600 metres to go. Blossom Lady going 4 wide. They were followed deep in the inside by Just Royce. Brabham was next, trying to get around the outside of them as Tigerish, followed by Nippon Home, Rainbow Patch and Matthew Lee. The cup field comes round the home turn. Ilvacolo goes to the front. Master Musician's right beside him. Burlington Birdie the inner, followed by Ginger Man, Tigerish. Out wider in the track, Desperate Comment and Blossom Lady. At the moment, Ilvacolo, Master Musician, Ginger Man doing well. Blossom Lady coming into it, but too far away. Ilvacolo, Master Musician, but he's suffering under pressure. Ilvacolo and Just Royce is dive bombing them. Ilvacolo, Just Royce, Master Musician, Brabham.
Sunshine Band continued his remarkable improvement when he journeyed down to the Royal Hobart Showgrounds to win the $100,000 Tasmanian Pacing Championship on the 17th of November. Starting from barrier 6 with Chris Gleeson in the sulky once again, Sunshine Band had to make 3 runs in the race but coasted home to an effortless win after taking the lead halfway down the back straight the final time.
Into the straight, up towards the 800 they come, and young Mr. Charles is still in front. Still the sulky's length over Lucky Camilla. In fact, it's been given another breather at the moment. Past the post with 1 lap to go. Young Mr. Charles in the lead. Lucky Camilla is second. Now the favourite goes wide. Sunshine Band puts in its run. Ricky Dean is forced wide out of the track and went into a break momentarily. But at the 600, young Mr. Charles is in front. Lucky Camilla is running second. Midnight Town third on the rails. Sunshine Band now asks the big question on the outside. Starts to stretch its neck. And round the outside goes Corelda Jet with a strong run. Christopher Wayne next, followed by Whiskey Regal, Genghis Corelda, Ricky Dean and Warsale. Off the back, Sunshine Band from the Sunshine State is at the front. In second place is Lucky Camilla. Young Mr. Charles on the rails is feeling the strain, but coming towards the home turn, Corral to Jet, the winner about 3 years ago. It's coming into a 2, but Sunshine Band has shot clear inside the 200, and in coming into the home straight, it's well clear. Sunshine Band a mile in front of Young Mr. Charles, then Corral to Jet, Lucky Camilla, but down to the line they come, and Sunshine Band a very comfortable winner. Sunshine Band first, second Young Mr. Charles, third wide out might have been Christopher Wayne, or over near the rails, Whiskey Regal.
Going from strength to strength, Sunshine Band filled the void created by the injury to Golden Rain and took a stranglehold on the Grand Circuit points table when he completed the hat-trick in the $180,000 MH Truer Memorial at Bankstown on the 9th of December. But he had to overcome some minor lacerations to the chin, knee and point of the shoulder, plus a broken tooth as a result of a mishap the day before the Bankstown race, before landing his third Grand Circuit victory. Past fit to run by the club's veterinary surgeon, Sunshine Band also had a few problems during the race too, when the near side hopple shortener pin failed to release, causing him to veer out in the straights.
And we own a Brave, exceptionally smooth, and we own a Warrior is seeing them all as they come past the judge around out on the True Memorial. 1 to go, $180,000 coming up here, and Sunshine Band's made all the running, and out of the straight he leads from Newsbreaker. O'Needon Supreme on the rail, thirds had a nice run, getting it right fourth, followed by our Ainsley. Young Mr. Charles midfield is about to come out as we own a Warrior goes with him, and the two of them go together now, and here comes the sprint from Young Mr. Charles. Sunshine Band will have to quicken up here, and now they start to go. Young Mr. Charles races up, Newsbreaker in the middle, and Sunshine Band the fence make a line of 3. O'Needon Supreme back on the fence, he's going for an inside runner. Sunshine Band rolled away from the fence, getting it right in the middle, and then we own a Warrior and our Ainsley. Sunshine Band leads out of the back from Newsbreaker. 3 wide Young Mr. Charles, no run for O'Needon Supreme, then getting it right, and our Ainsley. Sunshine Band, though, he's doing it well on the turn. Newsbreaker second, followed by O'Needon Supreme. Young Mr. Charles can't go on, but Sunshine Band in front. He's drifting right to the centre of the track, but he's clear. Newsbreaker is running on. He's right to the outside, Sunshine Band, but he's holding Newsbreaker and Young Mr. Charles, and he wins another big one, Sunshine Band. Sunshine Band from Newsbreaker and Young Mr. Charles.
The Grand Circuit moved to Perth with the running of the $100,000 Fremantle Cup at Gloucester Park 6 nights later. Leading West Australian trainer Ross Oliveri saddled up 3 runners in the Group 1 race and provided the winning Quinella. Favourite at 9 to 2 in a wide betting race, former Kiwi John Albert, driven by Chris Lewis, led throughout to beat his fast-finishing stablemate Mark Craig by a metre. Oliveri's other runner, Von Soki, fell after being involved in a scrimmage soon after the start.
30.9 that quarter. The half in 60.8 as they race to the 650 behind John Albert, who defied running down, and he still looked to have a gear left. He's a length on Norm's Daughter, and she's about to knuckle down to her task now and come out after the leader. She draws within a half length of him. Now a neck. The pressure goes on. It's about to reach critical mass out there as they head by the palms. John Albert and Norm's Daughter. On the fence is 2-Time Sunset, then Selector, Advanced Tempo. Highfield Jewel trying to run into the picture, wider out the Suleiman. Admiral's Ecstasy is very wide. Coming to the turn, John Albert about 3/4 of a length on Norm's Daughter. She'll need to dig so very deep. 2-Time Sunset. Then right down the outside, here's Mark Craig. It's John Albert in front. The stablemate is cutting it down. Mark Craig is flying, but John Albert in front of one. John Albert beat Mark Craig. It's an Oliveri Quinella. 2-Time Sunset has run third.
The Australasian Grand Circuit once again crossed the Tasman for the $250,000 Auckland Trotting Cup at Alexandra Park on the 27th of December. Top New Zealand reinsman Colin De Philippi had tears in his eyes after winning the feature event with Burlington Bertie, but they were not tears of joy. They were tears of sorrow and loss, a loss which overshadowed what would have been the greatest moment in De Philippi's career. The Canterbury horseman drove the perfect race to get Burlington Bertie home by 2 1/4 lengths, but for De Philippi it had only served to remind him of the tragic death of his son Darren just 4 weeks earlier. One of New Zealand's most most promising young drivers, Darren De Philippi was killed in a car crash when returning from driving at Geraldine. He was just 19. Devastated by the loss of his son, De Philippi did not touch a horse for 2 weeks after the accident and returned to race driving only a week before his biggest win with Burlington Bertie. Trained by Peter Baggery, Burlington Bertie ran the 2 miles in 4 minutes 2.1, a mile rate of 2:1.8.
They run past the 800 and 101. Into the back they swing down on the inside. Brabham from Vic's Barnes travelling nicely. Then Desperate Comment, Cardura followed by Urbacolo. Victor Supreme in an awkward spot on the inside, followed by Ginger Man and young Mr. Charles. At the 500 metres, the pace on. Pegasus, BB 3/4, Master Musician. Burlington Bertie's in the trail. Vic's Barnes at the end of the back straight, 400 to go. There followed Cardura. Down on the inside is Brabham. Then Urbacolo. Desperate Comment, Victor Supreme, Ginger Man and young Mr. Charles. They work to the corner. Brent Mangos hard at work on Pegasus BB, lined up the Auckland Trotting Cup field. On the outside is Burlington Bertie. Here comes Brabham out in the centre of the track, followed down on the inside. Desperate Comment bursting to the front of the cup is Brabham from Burlington Bertie. Desperate Comment, Brabham on the outside, but Burlington Bertie's coming away. Burlington Bertie too good, second at the line. I think Photos, Desperate Comment or Brabham. They were followed Victor Supreme flashing out when it was all over.
Last behind Burlington Bertie in the Auckland Cup after beginning badly, young Mr. Charles celebrated the new year in style when he showed marked improvement to win the $100,000 South Australia Cup at Globe Derby Park on the 13th of January. Drawing awkwardly on the second row, top Sydney raidsman Peter Morris took a huge gamble soon after the start when he took off wide around the field to find the lead just 400 metres after the start. Gary Hancock, a second cousin of top New South Wales horsemen Brian and Richard Hancock, had been preparing the gelding for only 4 weeks, but earned high praise for bringing the gelding back from abject failure in Auckland to Grand Circuit glory in a fortnight.
No moves in the 1996 Quit and Win Cup from the back. Newsbreaker about to peel out. We own a Warrior back on the rail. And last of all, My Cherie heading to the back. And here goes Hancock on House of Ancelot in front of Newsbreaker. 6.50 from home. Second quarter in 30.9. They will sizzle home. Up front, the leader, young Mr. Charles, 2 or 3 metres in front of Sunshine Band. They're both going well. Jamyan Prince moves to third. Off the bit, Franco Capri. Then came Khan's Thunder off the rail. Further back, Key Largo. Wider out on the track, Franco's Chance, House of Ancelot, Newsbreaker. We Own a Warrior, and last of all, My Cherie. 300 from home, young Mr. Charles tried to beat off Sunshine Band. He won't go away, Sunshine Band. He's raced up and joined young Mr. Charles, then Jamyan Prince. Khan's Thunder running on and a long way back, House of Ancelot. Young Mr. Charles in front of Sunshine Band. Khan's Thunder further back. Young Mr. Charles pulling out plenty. Sunshine Band down the outside, finishing well. Young Mr. Charles wins the Quit and Win Cup. He leads virtually from the first turn and throughout thereafter. Young Mr. Charles beats Sunshine Band. Khan's Thunder third, Jamyan Prince fourth, and then...
The Grand Circuit then headed west for the running of the $250,000 West Australian Pacing Cup at Gloucester Park on the 19th of January. Showing no ill effects from his tough run in the South Australia Cup 6 nights earlier, Sunshine Band added WA's premier pacing event to his already impressive tally. Chris Gleeson was in the sulky once again. In remarkable form, Sunshine Band had raced 9 times in 6 different states between October 21 and January 19 and had won a race in each of those states, 4 of them Grand Circuit victories, with the latest triumph stretching his career earnings to nearly $456,000.
Out of the straight past the bell, that quarter in 29.2. It was deceptive. They didn't look like they were going that quick. The half in 60.3. Racing to the 650, and Sunshine Band looking for his 4th Grand Circuit success. He's travelling well against Gleeson. Leads by a length on John Albert. Asked to sprint again. Sunshine Band lugged off. Young was waiting for it with Elite Shadow. He darted through on the inside. It's done it before the Queenslander. It may be very costly this time. 28.9 the third quarter as Elite Shadow gets up on the inside. Levels with Sunshine Band. John Albert struggling. Von Soki gets up behind them. Admiral's Ecstasy running on. into the straight. All of Pinjarra and Mandurah are screaming. Elite Shadow and Sunshine Band together. Sunshine Band is lifting again. Sunshine Band regains the lead in the shadows of the post. Oh, it's a phenomenal win. Sunshine Band nailed Elite Shadow, inches in it. A blanket go for the Miners. They were coming from everywhere. Flashing home Mark Craig, Beefy Teal on the inside, Norm's Daughter wide out.
It was now Melbourne's turn to stage 2 Grand Circuit events. The first was the $250,000 Victoria Cup at Moonee Valley on the 3rd of February, with Sunshine Band attempting to join Golden Rain as the only horse to win 5 Grand Circuit races in a single season. Everything looked like going to plan when Sunshine Band found the front early in the 2,380-metre mobile event. But the record attempt failed when he lugged out under pressure near the 400-metre mark, enabling the field to power through on his inside. Sunshine Band faded to 6th as Desperate Comment, driven a treat by top New Zealand horseman Peter Jones, held off the fast-finishing and unlucky Burlington Bertie and gallant WA mare Norm's Daughter to land a confident betting plunge, rating 159. Backed in from 25 to 1 to 10 to 1, Desperate Comment took his stake earnings to just over $530,000, the result of 18 wins from 49 starts. As they come down the straight with 1,000 metres left to go in the Healthy Diet Tried Victoria Cup of 1996. And the leader is Sunshine Band. Newsbreakers at his wheel. Third the inside, Young Mr. Charles. Norm's Daughter 4th. 5th the inside, Desperate Comment. Jack Morris has now taken out 3 wide. Ginger Man trying to get onto his back. Jamien Prince will be forced 4 deep here. Brabham gets one off the rail, a bit of a traffic jam. Master Musician on the back of Jamien Prince. Khan's Thunder going through with Lento, and on the inside, Burlington Bertie. 31.5 the second quarter. And Sunshine Band of the 650 led by a metre to Newsbreaker. Jack Morris 3 wide. Young Mr. Charles on the back of Sunshine Band, who's run off. Young Mr. Charles has got right up on the inside. Sunshine Band left the rails and Young Mr. Charles has hit the lead. At the 400-metre point, Young Mr. Charles and Sunshine Band getting a great run through was Desperate Comment. Then Norm's Daughter, Ginger Man, 28.8 off the back. Young Mr. Charles and Sunshine Band together. Here is Desperate Comment. Following him through Burlington Bertie, Norm's Daughter, Sunshine Band, Young Mr. Charles. Here's Desperate Comment. Burlington Bertie late from Norm's Daughter. Desperate Comment burst to the lead, getting through Burlington Bertie, but it's Desperate Comment for the Victoria Cup. Desperate Comment beat Burlington Bertie and Norm's Daughter. Then came Lento. A late decision by top New Zealand trainer Barry Purdon to bring Vix Vance over from Auckland for the $325,000 AG Hunter Cup at Moonee Valley a fortnight later paid dividends when the son of Vance Hanover triumphed in Victoria's richest pacing event. Backed in from 6 to 1 to 3 to 1, Vix Vance, one of only 2 horses on the front mark in the standing start event, led throughout to beat the 30-metre back marker Master Musician and Victoria Cup winner Desperate Comment, who was off 20 metres. His 10th win from only 19 starts and the winner's cheque of $227,500 took Vix Vance's career earnings to just over $321,000. It was the biggest race win in Australia for Purdon, who gave a victory flourish with a whip as he crossed the line in memory of one of his best mates, the late and great Vin Knight. Back at the tail, down the straight, they've got 1,000 metres left to pace. The first quarter was 29.8 seconds, and as they get the bell, the leader was Vix Vance, a couple of metres in front. Desperate Comment second as he chases the big double. Ricky Dean third, the inside of Master Musician. Brabham goes up 3 wide. Young Mr. Charles was able to get onto his back. Burlington Bertie was now held up in the centre. Over on the inside, Lento. Then came Sinbad Bay around the outside of Mark Craig and Adair, followed by Ginger Man, Jamien Prince, and last of all was Khan's Thunder. Second quarter, 32.1 seconds. And at the 600, the leader, Vix Vance, by a metre. Second, Desperate Comment. Brabham's out 3 wide. Then Mark Cray over on the inside was Ricky Dean from Master Musician, held up the centre. Young Mr. Charles wide. Then Burlington Bertie looking for an out. Lento the rail. Sinbad Bay wide. Well back in the field. Mark Craig, Adair, Jamien Prince, Ginger Man and Khan's Thunder. 28.3 the third quarter. Vix Vance a metre in front. Desperate Comment second. Brabham wide. Master Musician getting into the clear. Then Ricky Dean, Burlington Bertie. Vix Vance went for home on the turn. He stole a break, the New Zealander. Vix Vance in front. Master Musician was out and is starting to storm home out wide. Vix Vance in front of Master Musician and Desperate Comment. Vix Vance in front and they won't get to him, and Vix Vance has won the Hunter Cup.
Vix Vance is first. Vix Vance has beaten Desperate Comment. Third, Master Musician. Then came Ginger Man.
Australia's and New Zealand's finest pacers would have been looking forward to a well-earned rest after a gruelling Inter-Dominion series. But after a brief let-up, they went back into preparation for the final two legs of the elongated Grand Circuit Series at Harold Park in June. The first, the $100,000 Australian Pacing Championship on the 14th of June, a standing start race over 2,565 metres, developed into the survival of the fittest on an extremely heavy track after Sydney was deluged by rain for 4 days before the big event. Peter Jones had Victoria Cup winner Desperate Comment away quickly from 10 metres to settle one out and one back. But the WA pair of Admiral's Ecstasy and Norm's Daughter put themselves out of business by missing the start.
Now down the back, the waiter goes, drifted off the inside. Fiery Sam's got an inside run through to take the lead. Genghis Corralta out wide. Desperate Comet is coming into the race very well now. He's switching out 3 and 4 deep after them. 2 away, Tibet, driven hard, then Tallowood pursued. Admiral's Ecstasy saving ground near the inside, and then Master Musician still a fair way from them. It's Fiery Sam the inside again, getting through to join Genghis Corralta. Desperate Comet on the outsides after them, and then a gap to the way to go, and further out Master Musician, but Desperate Comet has raced to the lead. He's taken over from Genghis Corralta. Here comes the other Kiwi, Master Musician, but Desperate Comet's pinched the break. Master Musician finishing well, but it's Desperate Comet too good. Desperate Comet a length to Master Musician, another Kiwi Quinella. Third, I think, Genghis Corralta from Admiral's Ecstasy.
History was made when top West Australian reinswoman Kelly Kersley became the first woman to win a Grand Circuit event when she teamed with Norm's Daughter to take out the final leg of the 1995-96 Australasian Grand Circuit, the $300,000 Miracle Mile on the 28th of June. With the circumference of the Harold Park track enlarged to a half mile, the 1996 Miracle Mile was actually run over 1,760 metres. A brilliant winner in 1:55.6 a week earlier, Norm's Daughter drew gate 5, but Kersley showed plenty of aggression at the start, which won the race for her. Trained by Bunbury Baker, Neil Lloyd, Norm's Daughter rated 1:55.6, equalling the track record she set a week earlier, to take her career earnings to nearly $450,000 from 20 wins from 47 starts. Norm's Daughter became only the second mare to win the Miracle Mile, joining Kiwi champion Robin Dundee, who took out the inaugural race in 1967, the year that Kelly Kersley was born.
The first quarter of the last mile, 29.4 as they come up towards the turn, and Norm's Daughter is the leader by 2 to Wilva Colo. Desperate Comment going up on the outside, trailing him up as Beefy T to the 1-1. Master Musician 3 back along the inside, and Sunshine Band is last as they come down to get the bell. And Norm's Daughter is doing it well as they come to the winning post. She leads out by a length on Desperate Comment. Ilva Colo's in the pocket on the inside, and here comes Sunshine Band now. He goes up 3 wide, followed by Beefy T, and Master Musician is last. Second quarter 30.7, the half in 60.1, and Norm's Daughter to the back by 3/4 of a length to Desperate Comet. Sunshine Band 3 wide on the outside. Ilva Colo was badly locked away on the leader's back, then Beefy T, and Master Musician is last of the 6. Down the back of the 450 in the Miracle Mile, and Norm's Daughter the leader from Desperate Comet. Ilva Colo will need some luck. He's locked away on the inside. Then Beefy T, Sunshine Band under pressure, and Master Musician coming to the turn, and Kelly Kersley sitting quietly on the West Australian mare Norm's Daughter. Ilva Colo can't get out. Desperate Comet on the outside, and 3 wide Beefy T around the turn. Norm's Daughter the leader. Ilva Colo's trying to get clear. Then on the outside Beefy T, it's Norm's Daughter the leader. She drifts off the inside. The Kiwi gets the run. Ilva Colo, he's coming quickly, but Norm's Daughter's hanging on, and the West Australian mare wins the Miracle Mile. Norm's Daughter from Ilva Colo. Third is Beefy T. Fourth Master Musician.
Sunshine Band and New Zealand marvel Master Musician were the only pacers to win more than one qualifying heat of the championship. But it was a case of third-time lucky when young Mr. Charles took out the $400,000 Ausdrill Inter-Dominion Grand Final at Gloucester Park on the 15th of March. He failed to qualify for the 1994 Grand Final, won by We Own a Warrior, but finished a game third to Golden Rain and Victor Supreme in the big one at Addington in Christchurch 1995, but was subsequently disqualified, after returning a positive swab. Victor Supreme was also disqualified from second place. Dennis Wilson, who trained and drove young Mr. Charles for that New Zealand series, was also disqualified. The Paulsborough gelding was now being trained by Gary Hancock, with Peter Morris his regular driver. Young Mr. Charles rated 1:58 for 2,500 metres, with the last half mile in 57.7 and the last quarter in 28.5, to take his stake earnings to almost $700,000, the result of 28 wins and 13 placings from 62 starts.
And Sunshine Band from Queensland, winner of 4 Grand Circuit races and on top in the Inters final. A length away second is Norm's Daughter, being held well together. In on the fence, racing third is young Mr. Charles. Admiral's Ecstasy is 1-1. Nothing Keen to move now. Shattering Class fifth on the inside. First quarter 30.6. A length away Master Musician. Midfield pulling double. Down on the inside, House of Ancelot in an awkward pocket from Nip on home. Jones electing to move now on Desperate Comment, 3 wide. Ginger Man's got lost in the ruck. Further off to Tallowood Pursuit. Tabaret is last. And now Sunshine Band starts to liven up at the bell. That quarter in 29.2. They're starting to fire real bullets from here. 59.8. That half trouble at the front of the field. Young Mr. Charles clipped a wheel. There's a couple in bother. Ginger Man galloped out the back door. Oh, House of Ancelot badly checked. So was Tabaret. Sunshine Band at the 500. A neck on Norm's Daughter. She's asked to sprint now, the mare. She's eyeballing Sunshine Band. Running third, young Mr. Charles. Admiral's Ecstasy just behind them. Then Master Musician. Down the back in 29.2. Shattering Class heads the rest, but Sunshine Band at the 200. He's good. He got away. He's a length and a half, Norm's Daughter. Getting off the fence, young Mr. Charles is running on, but into the straight. Gleeson throwing everything at his Sunshine Band. He's lugging up the track. Young Mr. Charles is coming at him. It's the South Australia Cup all over again. Young Mr. Charles takes the lead and he's won the Inter-Dominion. Beat Sunshine Band. Master Musician stormed home into third. Ahead of Admiral's.
Diamond Field, who won the 1994 Inter-Dominion Trotters Grand Final at Harold Park, and local hope Wagon Apollo were the only square gators to win more than one heat of the 1996 series held at Moonee Valley. Many experts predicted the $125,000 grand final on the 24th of February would be a classic Aussie-Kiwi clash, with 6 of New Zealand's best against the best 8 in Australia, and they were right on the ball. Champion Kiwi mare Pride of Petite, who shared the 30-metre back mark with her stablemate Diamond Field, had won the VL Dullard Cup a few weeks earlier and was the popular pick at 5-4. Driven by her trainer Mark Purden, Pride of Petite shrugged off her tough handicap to beat another Kiwi, Chiola Cola, and Wagon Apollo by 2.5 metres, rating a track record 2:4.6 after being last with a lap to run.
They work into the back. The lead time 2 minutes 14.3, and they've got about 1,500 metres to trot. And above the stars led Chiola Cola. Third the inside and pulling a little bit was Western G. Prince of Coomera outside it. Here goes Eastburn Grant making a move out 3 wide. Mary's Dream on the inside of What Again. They were followed by Brett and Abbey. Outside it The Godfather, followed by the stablemates. Wagon Apollo on the outside of Make Mine Glory. Then Pride of Petite, who's back last, and just in front of it French Whiz and Diamond Field. 30.9 was the first quarter of the last mile, and they swing into the straight to get the bell in the Trotters Inter-Dominion Grand Final of 1996 at Moonee Valley. And above the stars, in front of Eastburn Grant. In third position was Western G. Fourth and off the rail, Chiola Cola, as they sprint up as they get the bell. Mary's Dream was fifth, and then Prince of Coomera, the pressure really being applied now. On the inside was Brett and Abbey. Wagon Apollo takes off 3 wide. Diamond Field got onto its back end in turn. Pride of Petite 3 wide at the rear. It's around the Godfather and French Whiz, and back 4th and 5th last respectively were Make Mine Glory and What Again. 30.5 the second quarter, and above the stars led Eastburn Grant. Third the inside, Western G. Chiola Cola. Fourth, the driver had a look around. Wagon Apollo still 15 metres off the lead. He trots up into 7th. Breton Abbey 5th, and then Mary's Dream. Gee, the favourite Pride of Petite's got a lot of work to do. She's 20 metres off the leader. Eastburn Grant has surged to the lead. Above the Stars can do no more. Here comes Chiola Cola. Breton Abbey is out and running on now, and then came Western G. Wagon Apollo 12 metres from them. Off the back in 29.4. It's Eastburn Grant tackled by Chiola Cola. Breton Abbey runs on. Pride of Petite to the outside. Chiola Cola turned in front of Eastburn Grant. Pride of Petite running on with Wagon Apollo. Chiola Cola in front. Here is Pride of Petite. Pride of Petite rushing up to grab the lead. What a win by this body mare. Pride of Petite, the pride of New Zealand and Australia, takes out the Inter-Dominion Grand Final, beating Chiola Cola. Wagon Apollo making up good ground at the finish with